Hey everyone, I know it's been a long time. I'm Stevie.
And I'm Lisa.
And I'm an ENFP.
And I'm an INTJ.
And it's been a long time. I had some really bad family things come up, some life-changing stuff. We're not going to talk about that because we don't want to lower the energy, but today we're back and we want to thank you guys for 1,000 subscribers. Wow, that is really, really cool. And so sorry it's taken so long to get back to you guys, but today we're gonna do one of your favorite games and ours. We're gonna play Our Moments. These are pre-selected, but we haven't really thought about them a ton, but this is essentially the question game. So if you're new, please subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and comment down some of your answers to these questions. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, the first one. What's the last book that you couldn't put down?
Mine is probably the Fruits Basket manga that I just read.
Do you want to explain what the Fruits Basket is?
No.
It's for girls.
Not really.
Oh, okay.
Boys can like it too.
Well, so Fruits Basket is about people that if you hug them, they turn into animals.
That makes it sound weird.
Well, it is weird.
It's like a family that's cursed and yeah.
It's anime. It's manga.
Yeah, so it's just weird, but it was really good.
Do you consider that a book? Yeah, it's a book.
Yeah.
If you're new to the channel, I'm a writer, a fantasy author, a science fiction author, and I'm currently working on my first urban fantasy, but I will say as a writer, it made reading harder for me. I don't find books as entertaining as they used to be because I start picking them apart, which is a curse, but you could also say that I enjoy books at a different level. So I do enjoy picking them apart, but it does take a lot for me to suspend disbelief because I'm always present now and like taking apart books. And if I'm writing in so right now I'm writing first person present, which is like the Hunger Games. So I'm trying to read all first person present books because I tend to be like a chameleon and I will absorb other people's styles. But a few that do come into mind, one is Kings of the Wild. The author is actually my friend. You can get this at any Barnes & Noble. Highly recommended. I could not put this book down. And then this one, I loved it so much I never finished the last chapter, Ready Player One. If I like something a lot, I don't finish it. I like wait to the last part, like Breath of the Wild for the Switch. I never beat Ganondorf. Ganondorf because I didn't want it to end. And the book I'm currently reading now is this one. And a few runner-ups, The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Eragon, and then, you know what, I'll save these other books for another video. It'd be cool to do a book video.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say Kings of the Wild, and you know, I gotta plug my own book. A lot of you have asked, this is my book. It's called The Jigsaw Blade. It is anime inspired. It's about, you could say, a mixture of My Hero Academia. So every blade, as they're called, bizarre blades, every blade gives you a different power. Some that shrink your penis. Well, not some. There is one, but it's not a big part of the book, but it's one of my favorite parts I wrote. It's a 5-book series. It's over 500,000 words published. Grab yours on Amazon. I'll have a link below. This is the first time I'm actually putting my books in here, but if you're not into reading, I actually recommend the Audible series. The narrator, Nicholas Kempf, I can't remember his name. Highly recommend it. It is super cool listening to it because all the voices are amazing. But yeah, The Jigsaw Blade is my...
Kevin Kemp?
Kevin Kemp, that's right. So go check it out. Wait, it's a mixture of My Hero Academia, which is an anime, highly recommend it, and dinosaurs. Yeah, dinosaurs and My Hero Academia.
I don't know where you're going with this.
Dinosaurs are a big part of the book. So that's probably gonna be our longest question. The next one is, if you could have tea with one fictional character, who would it be?
Who's yours?
I think people are gonna be surprised. I thought I was gonna say Spider-Man, but it would be kind of like meeting myself. I don't think it'd be boring, right? I could probably talk to Spider-Man all day, every day, but we would have a lot in common. So I would actually choose Batman. I think Batman would be super cool if he's forced to sit down with me and enjoy and talk to me. I would have so many questions. I get along better with people who are more serious, thought-provoking. That is my favorite type of person. They usually let me talk. So I would love to ask Batman like questions about business, about where he studied. I know Batman has a black belt in all martial arts, but I know for sure, like in the animated series, he does judo, which is, I'm a practitioner of judo, and he does BJJ, and Lisa is a practitioner of BJJ, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So I would say Batman.
I think my answer would be Daredevil.
Oh, why didn't I see that coming?
Yeah.
Man,
I had to think about it because I didn't want to go with like
you could talk
the
to him about
predictable
law.
answer, but
I don't think that's predictable. I thought you were going to say
because
Link, but you wouldn't. He doesn't talk.
that's true. So somebody's got to talk, and it's not going to be me.
Yeah, I know. Y'all just stare at each other. Man, that's a good one. You could talk to him about law. You could talk to him about the Catholic Church.
My runner-up though
About being blind.
was Beast Boy.
Oh, that'd be fun. So basically, you're just gonna go have dinner
'Cause it'd
with
be
me.
like you.
Yeah. Just I could turn into an octopus and.
Okay. All right. Next question. What are you bored of?
So, do you want to go first? Mine's kind of weird.
What am I bored of? Like the first thing that comes to mind when I think of this question is driving to work and back. I don't know. It's just like, I feel like it's a waste of time because I can listen to podcasts or an audiobook, but I can't fully concentrate on it.
Interesting. I love driving to work. I don't do it as much as you do, but my commutes are like 45 minutes there and back. I think Jack Canfield said this. I forgot who said this, but I treat the car as a university, so I'm always learning. And luckily for me, listening to fantasy books is studying. So
Yeah,
I like driving.
Plus, I mean, my car is just like
Yeah.
old and annoying to drive
And-
anyway. That probably doesn't help.
And she doesn't have audio in her car, so she just has her phone playing and it's hard to hear.
What about you? What bores you?
Mine, I don't want to hurt your feelings or anything. I'm just going to stop there. No, I'm actually bored of the apartment.
Yeah?
Isn't that weird? So one of the things that I really, the most one of the most ENFP-ness things about me is I don't like standing still. I like novelty. I love this apartment. Don't get me wrong. It's got all my favorite shit in here. I really love the way we did our apartment. My brother calls it like an arcade because we just have so much nerdy shit just everywhere. Like comics, we have Zelda posters, Daredevil. We got all our Star Wars stuff up. Quotes everywhere on sticky notes, and like it's a chaotic disarray. Well, my part is, but I want a house, and the danger is of having a house is I'll get bored of that too. But that's just something I've always had to live with. I need something to look forward to, but I'm not super bored of the house, but I don't get bored of things often. So this was the best answer I could come up with.
Yeah.
The next question: what are you too hard on yourself for? I'm always hard. I'm always hard.
Stop. Me?
Yeah.
I'd say I always feel like I didn't work enough, even if I spent all day working. It's like you never finish, like, I never leave work with nothing left to do.
Because we kind of both work for ourselves. She's running a big company and so am I.
Yeah. So
Outside of my writing.
it's just like hard to get the sense of accomplishment, even though you do a lot, because
Right.
instead of looking at what I have done, all I do is like look at what I didn't get done.
Right. We go on 45-minute walks and it's usually just telling each other how good we did that day. So I'm like, I feel like I didn't get enough done. And Lisa's like, oh, you did great. And then you'll say, oh, I didn't feel like I got enough done. I'm like, oh my God, you did all this stuff. But yeah, you should have worked harder, Lisa.
What about you? What
Can
are
you guess
two?
mine?
Everything?
Everything.
Literally
That's
everything?
my answer. I am hard on myself on everything, and it's the reason why I'm in therapy. Like, not a joke. And I suggest everyone be in therapy. So
You should see if they can put in that image that I sent you of the little meme of the
oh
dinosaurs.
yeah, Holly is our editor. She's part of the show. Holly, if you'll put up that meme real quick. I have ADHD. I was diagnosed as an adult. I'm hard on myself on everything, and it's a lifelong curse. But it has its positives, you know, like crippling depression. All right, next question. Has a teacher ever changed your life? You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say I wouldn't be here without one teacher in particular. Her name was Miss Oshevsky, and I wrote a story about so it was like, write any story you want, and it's like, that's dangerous for an ENFP. And I said, anything. I could write about anything. I'm like, yeah, you know, be creative. So I wrote about, what was it, an otter?
ferret, I
a
thought.
ferret that went to an orphanage and slaughtered all the children. And like one of the scenes was it was using one of the kids' colons to like strangle him. No plot, just a scene. That's all I wrote. And then another story I wrote the same day was about acid rain. So this guy went out and his skin melted off from the rain. And I still have that story actually. And I got sent to the principal's office and they made me go see the priest, and then I had to be forced to go see a psychologist from those stories. But when it was all said and done, my teacher, Ms. Oshevsky, put me aside and said, don't tell them I told you this because it could get her fired. And she wasn't Catholic, she was Christian, and I went to a Catholic school. She was like, don't stop, keep going. You have real talent for your age, never stop. And when I finished my first book, which wasn't The Bizarre Blades, I've written 13 novels, I took it to her house and she just burst down crying. She remembered me. This was like 15 years later. And I gave her a copy of my book signed, and I said it was all, in fact, in the front of the book it says, this is all thanks to Miss Oshevsky. So.
That's really cool.
That is one of my favorite stories to tell. I feel like all I've been doing is talking.
I didn't have quite the same kind of experience, but probably the most significant teacher I had was my history teacher in high school. I had her for 2 or 3 years because I kept choosing to take courses that she taught, because during high school I kind of was having difficulty personally and just in a bad place. And
I feel like that's normal for an INTJ growing up.
Yeah, I just didn't, I had a lot of potential and I was very smart, but I had trouble applying myself because I just didn't care. So teachers would get frustrated with me because they knew I could do better, but I just chose not to.
And you got bored of the material.
Oh yeah, very bored. But my history teacher, Miss Smith, she just knew how to talk to me. I felt like she respected me, not as just some kid she was teaching, but understood I wasn't challenged, and so she, I feel like, went out of her way to just make sure I found motivation, I guess. She understood she couldn't just lecture me and have it turn out well, because I didn't react well to that.
That's a good one.
So
I didn't know that story.
she let me come, between other classes and
I'm sorry.
and
like I'm
before,
not...
after school, and talk to her and just let me have fun instead of having it be so taking a lot of AP classes and stuff. Will you stop?
I couldn't
making
help
faces?
it. I'm listening though.
I took a lot of AP classes, so a lot of them were like more serious and sometimes it's not as fun, but she let us be kids while also learning a lot of stuff.
So in between classes, she made you come and have fun. Okay, I gotta ruin it. I gotta ruin it.
Thank you. What do you value most? Free time, recognition, or money? What is
I'm
it?
guessing yours is free time?
Mine is free time.
Free time? Can you guess
100%.
mine?
Recognition?
Yep. Recognition. I love recognition. We could do a whole video on that one card.
Yeah.
So let's just move on. You want to read the next one?
Yes.
Butts or boobs? Go. Butts. Big floppy.
What did you want to be when you were 10 years old?
Everything. Every year I would change, I wanted to be a priest at one point just because I liked getting up in front of people and talking. Firefighter, police officer, mechanic, mostly things that were heroic, but what stuck was being an actor. That was the big thing. In fact, this Thursday I am filming a feature film that will give me an IMDb credit, and once it's out, I will link it to the channel so you guys can go watch my first feature film. So.
I feel like you do so many different things.
I'm all over the place.
Here's all my books I wrote. I'm about to film a movie. I'm running my own business.
I own a company. I write books. I'm an actor. I've been on Cartoon Network and The Mentalist.
You're like a shotgun blast at
Yeah.
life. When I was 10, I didn't ever really have like a thing I wanted to be. Engineer was probably the closest one because I liked math.
Fun fact, I went to engineering college for 2 weeks. I couldn't get past physics 1. I couldn't do it. That was the most boring crap ever. I thought physics was gonna be like looking at the stars and shit, but no.
I also liked accounting.
Oh God, horrible. I had to take accounting 1 and 2.
I would get bored being an
stand-
accountant, I think.
My dad's a CPA.
It's too like menial. I like the challenge of like different stuff going on every day.
I like Excel
Managing.
spreadsheet. We both agree on that.
love Excel.
I love Excel spreadsheet.
Excel is the best thing
And, like,
Microsoft ever did.
Okay, the next one is: would you rather have an extra $500 a month or an extra 2 hours a day? I mean, that's
Easy.
If you choose $500 a month, I can guarantee I can place where you are in society. Really high up.
2 hours a day. I mean, time is money, so there you go.
That's true. Yeah, you could just use those 2 hours to, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe when I was younger, I would have chosen 2 hours. That's video game time.
I feel like as a kid, it's a little different. You think $500 is like a lot of money.
Yeah.
And it can be a lot as an adult, but also at the same time, it's like, think about 2 hours every day. That's 60 extra hours.
Right. Time
That's
is.
a lot of time. You
There-
can do so much.
There's a good quote that I just learned. Wait, time having fun. Wait, what the hell is it? Time you enjoy wasting is not time wasted.
I saw that up there. That's good.
Freaking balls are messed up.
Okay.
They are.
Anyway, if you could enroll in a PhD program with your tuition paid in full by a mysterious benefactor,
Jesus.
what would you study?
Can you guess mine?
Honestly, no. There's so many things you like.
I don't know if mine will surprise people, but 100% philosophy.
Yeah,
It'd be philosophy.
that's a good one.
I don't get into arguments a lot, and I don't really, in front of people, I don't give my opinions on things, especially politics or religion. But philosophy, I will argue, and I will play devil's advocate. It's weird. I love philosophy, even though I feel like philosophy usually goes into depressing ways and depressing. Maybe it was just my teacher, but I would say philosophy.
That's cool.
I think that would be interesting.
I'd probably do
I can guess.
what?
Psychology.
So I have two. That would be one of them, or criminal justice.
Yeah, my brother took that and he enjoyed it. So
Very interesting.
It's interesting learning about the demographics and stuff with all of that. What are you amazingly good at? I will say, I want to say writing and I want to say acting.
Everything.
I know, but honestly, I'm pretty hard on myself with everything that I do, and it keeps me growing. And I wish I could say, oh wow, I'm this amazing. I'll say writing, I'll say acting, but really what I'll say is just I'm not afraid to go there. I'm not afraid to be absurd. I'm not afraid to be bizarre. I'm not afraid to be different.
They know.
I know. So that's what I'm good at. I'm good at being me. That's like a Disney song.
What am
I'm
I
good at being me.
I think I'm amazingly good at.
Sexing.
Gross. What? Mine would probably be. I feel like any answer I say now is just gonna be tainted. Giggity.
Taint.
By you.
Oh, you said
constantly
giggity.
saying sexing.
Sexing.
Probably just not quitting on things.
That's true. That is very true.
I just will not give up. Like
Right.
it's a stubbornness thing.
Right.
It's like I refuse to
Yeah.
fail.
We were talking about that yesterday. You don't quit things.
Yeah.
I quit things. Or I let them go for other things because I'm interested in everything. But yeah, you don't quit. I'll also say you're good at managing people. You're good at structuring things and organizing things in a functional way.
Yeah, I like setting up the systems and then finding people who are people
To like turn the
to
cogs.
do it for me.
Yeah, like puppeting. I was gonna say puppeteer early on for what you could be good at. And the last question, what makes you nervous? Mine's real quick.
Go.
I don't like needles. Needles are my worst fear. That makes me nervous.
What makes me nervous when it's not in a work setting, being put on the spot of being the center of attention.
Right.
At work, I don't mind it because I'm like in full control.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm not like second guessing myself or worried about what people are really thinking of me because it's like an established set environment. But like just hanging out with people or like with your family, if I get like put in the spotlight, oh God, it's freaking terrible. I just want to shrink back into the bushes like that Homer
Simpson gif.
Yeah.
All right, well, that is it, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for gripping my ENF penis. I'm Stevie Collier, and I'm an ENFP. This is Lisa, the INTJ who likes sexin'.
Stop saying that.
Sexin'.
Stop saying that. You need to stop.
And subscribe to the channel if you like what you see. It jiggled, Jesus. Nice.
God dang it.
And yeah, we'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.